Tears of the Kingdom is by far the biggest Zelda game to date, and we have yet to uncover all its secrets. And as a musician, I'm especially interested in trying to find all the musical Easter eggs and callbacks found in this game, and I found a good handful, some of them fairly obvious, but some of them ridiculously obscure. Today I'll be sharing 8 of the most fascinating and potentially nostalgic Easter eggs I could find in Tears of the Kingdom. Welcome to TuneForge Theory. Now, most of you have already either found this yourself, or may have heard it online, but I'll get the rest of you guys caught up. Back in Breath of the Wild, whenever you'd cook something, Link would hum this little jingle. Now, that jingle makes a return in this game, on top of a bunch of other references to classic themes from older games. Most of these are super recognizable. Zelda's Lullaby. But some of these, you would have had to play a certain game to recognize. From Link's Awakening, or even Cass's theme from Breath of the Wild. These short, recognizable musical ideas, or as they're called in technical music language, leitmotifs, or just also motifs. Leitmotifs or motifs, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter how you say it, are found all over the Zelda series. I mean, in almost every single game since Link to the Past, they've reinforced that these 3 notes, B, D, A, especially played a little bit more slowly, you immediately think Princess Zelda. Or if we literally just take a C major arpeggio with a little bit of rhythm, and like 99% of you guys know that that's Super Mario. All you need is a short melody. Consistently tie that to a certain idea or person or place. Do that enough, and pretty soon, all you need to hear is that melody to think of the person, place, idea, whatever it is. Now, this Easter egg was one of the most obvious ones, but some of them are so obscure that either I haven't found anybody talk about them before, ever, or one of them I did just completely overlook in a previous video. This song is stacked with Easter eggs, including a bunch that other people have already covered, so I'm just going to go over the one that I haven't heard anybody else talk about before. And I think I found the sneakiest one right here, the intro. Listen to this. Alright, so we're starting with a snare pattern, very similar to the Breath of the Wild intro. Oh. Then we got like some reverse piano sound or something. Something like that. This sound comes from a regular recording of a piano, just played in reverse. So I think the original should sound something like... Alright, so we got the same snare pattern here. That's literally it. And number 3 is one that I personally didn't find. I tracked the source as far back as I could, and I found this video by Safety OST. So... shout out to them. Across the overworld, you'll find these massive drawings in the ground. Geoglyphs is what I think they're called. And as you're walking around them, you'll hear this sort of ethereal music in the background. So this track here continues on for a couple minutes and then it loops, but right here, I don't know what instrument that is, but whatever it is, it plays a couple of notes at the end. Here's the convoluted part. I have no idea how anybody found this, but listen to this. I'll play along with the piano to help you guys follow. Number 2. Number 5. No, 6. Almost there. That was a little bit broken up, but otherwise, it is literally just the saxophone solo from the main theme. Oh, sorry, not that one. I think it's... there we go. I can't imagine how anybody found this. I just find it so cool. As you start progressing through the main quest, you'll find that all the 4 regional races are dealing with some sort of crisis. You've got intense cold for the Ritos, you've got sandstorms and zombies for the Gerudo, you've got drugs. In the Zora's case, polluted water. Now there's a big old pile of goop in the middle of Zora's domain, and when you clear that, you see the statue underneath of Link riding Sidon, which is from when they were fighting the divine beast Varuta from Breath of the Wild, if you remember that. Listen to the little theme that plays after you've cleared the statue. I mean, annoying Zora voices to the side. This little half-step motion with that rhythm is sort of the Mipha/Sidon motif, but specifically if you add these notes before and then end on this, it calls to mind this section from the Varuta battle theme. This is another great example of how powerful motifs are. Like, literally 2 notes. And if you're familiar enough with Breath of the Wild, that's all you need to start thinking of Mipha, or Sidon, or Varuta, or the entire Zora questline.
Hola.
The music that plays in the actual boss battle is full of Easter eggs, so let's run through the theme and pick out some of them. Alright. Classic, it's just Ganon's theme since Link to the Past. A fitting way to start off this theme. Oh. If you've played Ocarina of Time recently, or if you've seen my Odd Time Signatures video, you'll probably recognize this as the infamous 2316 Ganondorf fight from Ocarina of Time. Now right here, it doesn't feel like it's in anything as weird as 2316, but I actually don't know, and I don't feel like counting right now, so I'm just gonna look this up. It's the Breath of the Wild lick. Okay. Oh. Claimed again from Breath of the Wild. That's all I ever found, but let me know if you know of any others that you think I missed. This is not an Easter egg found in melody or some motif or in rhythm, but rather through instrumentation. This is found in the Spirit Temple, so keep that in mind, a theme of spirit, and listen to the instruments that play. That's really all you need. You've got those bell chimey things, and then it sounds like a really softened piano behind it. And now we turn to Skyward Sword. So in here, there are a couple of areas in the game where your spirit is tested. You go to this other dimension and you do stuff. Freaked me out when I first played the game when I was like 12 years old or so. So your spirit is being tested. So we have that theme, and listen to the instruments that play. Remember, we got the bells, the chimey things, a soft piano, and potentially some warm pad in the background, although maybe it's just more piano. Need I say more? It's all there. That bell sound even has a slight echo in both tracks. Now, Skyward Sword is my personal favorite Zelda game, not least because of that gorgeous soundtrack. And one of my favorite themes from that game, you'll be hearing it right now if I edited this correctly, Fi's theme. Fi is revealed to be the spirit of the Master Sword, and in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there are a couple of times when she tries to communicate, especially with Zelda, but in this game also with Link. And whenever she does, well, I'll just have to show you. So I mentioned earlier that I had missed an important Easter egg in a previous video. That was the Colgera theme breakdown video, trying to look all through it for Easter eggs and teaching some music theory in it and stuff like that. And I missed one of the most important ones that this guy in the comments, keep on hitting that mic. It's partly because of you that this Easter egg video is happening. So thank you. I'm gonna open it up here to phase 3. You'll hear it the best here. Don't worry about trying to listen for a specific theme, specific melody or something. Just try and get the vibe for it. Right? If you were to describe this, you might say, all right, we've got this driving percussion and a high flute playing a fast melody up there. And we've got that Dragoner's Island right there. The entire Colgera piece, and particularly this section right here, is very heavily inspired by this boss from the Wind Waker. Listen to this track from the Wind Waker, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're starting out with that percussion in the back. Wait a second. How have I never heard that before? Is that... I think that's literally just somebody from Nintendo going chick 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 chick. Anyways, ignore that. Sorry. But you can hear the high flute up there. You can hear that over the percussion and the chicka chickas. It's actually a banger track. And I mean, you can tell that Colgera's design is based off Mulgera, so I guess it's fitting enough that the general aesthetic of the theme would fit the general aesthetic of the Mulgera theme. So we only had enough time in this video for about 8 Easter eggs, but I've got a list of like upwards of 30 that I wanted to get to over the course of this year. So if I've already released part 2 by the time you're watching this video, I'll link it up here-ish. If not, I guess this will just be the Colgera video or something. You can watch that if you want, you can subscribe if you want, you don't have to. Either way. See you in the next one.